Hi everyone, it is Carol from Lily Rose Blue, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a leap of faith, and we're going to play with a product together. We'll see how it goes. No idea if I can actually pull this off or not, but we're going to try. We are going to try. So, what you see in front of you, I think I'm going to have both kinds of paper here, is a product that you may have seen on Facebook. You may have seen it in YouTube ads. It's Lindy's or Lindy's Gang. They have all kinds of products, such as spray stains, these magicals, just a variety of products. Excuse me. I have seen these commercials and been interested in this for a while. But what really piqued my interest and why I got this particular set was when this was demoed online. Now we'll see what it looks like in real life. This color looked very much like the raspberry purple color of my daughter's wedding, the one that was got married a couple years ago. And I still have a lot of work to do, crafting work to do for that wedding, those pictures, etc., etc. Plus the other colors are very pretty too. So these are Lindy's Magical Flats. This particular set of colors is called Mountain Meadows. It says flat because there's also shimmery colors. So, you really, if you are interested at all, go to info at Lindy, Lindys, Lindy's, I'm sorry, info at Lindy's, Lindys gang, gang.com. So this is what the little jars that they come in. This is Stormy Sky, Mountain Meadow Green, Foxglove Fuchsia, Wild Rose Rouge, and Evergreen Emerald. Okay, so I'm also going to tell you what you can do with these. So this is permanent dye-based pigments. So it's pigment powder. Again, they stain instead of like floating on top of your medium. So this is, you want to make sure that you want to use this because there's no water going to make it lighter or better or whatever. It is what it's going to be. It says it will stain anything that's porous, even your fingers, of course. So you can paint it and use it as a watercolor. You can use both wet or a dry technique, or create watercolor pans, which I thought was interesting, by mixing this with gum arabic, letting it dry, and then you've got a little palette, a pan or palette of watercolor. You can also mix this with any art medium, such as gel medium, gesso, any kind of paste that you might use for mixed media, and even resin, it says. You can also make alcohol inks. Stay tuned. One of the things I'm going to do is I will probably make some of my own alcohol inks. Yeah, and they have sprays like this kind of a thing. And they also have embossing powders. And again, flat and shimmery colors. So I have not gone to watch their video yet about even other things that you can do with this. But I will, and I might play further and show that to you. So this is the color that I am most interested in. This is Foxglove Fuchsia. So you twirl it like this, and it says to pull straight up on the lid, not to twist. You know, and of course here we go. There we go. So I'm going to, again, make sure. And I'm going to leave this on because you just want to sprinkle just a little bit of that out. Okay. I have played with these kinds of powders in the past. You know, I've had a previous life doing mixed media and various other kinds of art. Oh my gosh, guys. I think this is the color. We'll see what it looks like on some white paper here. I'm going to go like this. Oh my gosh. It's a little more fuchsia than what I thought it might be, but it's going to dry a little bit darker. So this is just regular cardstock. And then this is, you know, I'm sourcing and working on that European journal, etc., for my boss. And this was just a piece of scrap paper. Now this is, you know, got a, you know, glossy finish. I guess I shouldn't. This is behaving here a lot like watercolor on this paper. It's kind of fun. And look, it's unlike regular watercolor. I would say usually you would have to have gone back to the pan of watercolor for multiple times just to have enough color and medium to keep painting like that. So that's interesting to me. And look, you saw those very few sprinkles, and I still have a lot of color left here. The other thing, this is the other thing I wanted to kind of play with and test, is, you know, this again is just regular cardstock. This is glossy paper, different colors, right? You know, not unexpected probably for any of us, but wow. And I'm guessing you could, depending what colors you had, you could probably throw some other oh, not that you would do it, but you could sprinkle another color into this, not this color probably, but and make it lighter or darker. Like you could, you know, take this one and make it darker. I'm not going to let that color go to waste, guys. So I happen to have some more of these flowers. Well, I actually purchased more of these flowers, and they are now hard to find, guys, so keep that in mind. If you find some out there in the wild, pick them up. If you want to use them, yay, great. I'd be excited for you if you use them. If you're not interested in them, pick them up anyway. Let me know and I'll purchase them from you. Now, this material is just eating this color. But, guys, this is really, That's really kind of the color of my daughter's wedding. Maybe a tinge more purple, but it's pretty darn close. So again, let's compare here. You've got this color, which I'm going to say is probably, I'm going to use the word purest form of this color, right? And then you've got this that I painted on the glossy paper. And then you have this color, much darker. So it does depend on the material that you're using. Let's see if I can read. Let's see if this, no, there is nothing here. I was wondering, like, the cotton content or whatever of these flowers, just because I was curious. And of course it does not say. So that was a fun experiment. And of course I went with the one that I was most interested in first. So this is what happens when you cut your mat accidentally when you are harvesting a book, you know, with one of these babies. Not that I'm sure you guys know what to do, but what I did here, you know, and this is cheap oven liner stuff that I got at not Goodwill, the dollar store, Dollar Tree or whatever, right? So I'm sad that I cut it, but you know, if it's a goner, it's a goner. But what I did is I took clear packing tape and I taped the back of it and really just kept pushing and pushing and pushing down here. And so far so good. It's very smooth surface yet. So yeah, I was happy with I wasn't happy with my mistake. Look at that. But I was happy that I was able to, you know, fix it. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm afraid this is gonna take a minute. I do have some other, whoops. I do have some other brushes that I think I'm gonna reach behind me here in just a second and get a few more so that you don't have to watch me keep cleaning my brush. Boy, there's a lot of pigment. And that, I mean, this issue with cleaning my brush kind of shows you that. Yeah, would this be quicker if I got up and cleaned it under running water? Sure, but I'm in my craft room. I don't have a sink. I'm not at Isla's lily pad where, you know, we have a bathroom, a massage chair, a full-size refrigerator, a sink with a garbage disposal, microwave, one of those quick cooking, like convection things. We've got everything there. But isn't this interesting? So interesting how the color picks up differently on different things. Now, my guess is that you want to see what the other colors look like, which I am gonna oblige you, happily so. Okay, we're gonna just carefully. Come on, come out of there. Oops. Then, of course, I got more than I wanted. So I think with any kind of powder like this, and now I can't get that lid back on, is there going to be some waste? Yeah, likely. Likely, I think there will be. And then that's part of it too. Okay, so, oh, That is not what I was expecting. Again, this one is called, well, maybe, Wild Rose Rouge. That is an interesting color. And here's what it looks like on this glossy paper. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. And it would be darker on that flower. Huh. It is red. I was gonna say I'm getting this sense of a little bit of a purple undertone. And when I first started painting right here, I thought, oh, that looks like a watermelon, right? But then over here, you know, as it's a little bit darker, yeah, I don't get that. Interesting. Okay. All right, now I'm going to reach behind me so that you don't have to watch me cleaning brushes and all of that stuff. Okay. Oops, I probably don't want to use that one. Now we're going to try, we're going to try one of the green. This is Evergreen Emerald. Okay. Ooh, that popped right off with when I did the lid. It was like it was attached a little bit to the lid. Okay, so this is, again, Evergreen Emerald. We're going to spray. Oh, I guess that looks like the lid, right? Looks like the lid. This is a pretty cheap brush, so bear with me here. All right, and then we're going to come across here. Now, what I'm seeing for this color is, to me, the color is running pretty true. What you see here is what you see here. And now, as this dries a little bit more, I would say that's true for the Wild Rose Rouge. Interesting. This is a beautiful color. I love that color. I just wanted to lift out some of that before I take it to the sink. This is Mountain Meadow Green. Oh, okay. Houston, we have a little bit of a problem in that the whole packaging came off. So I'm gonna try to, yeah, there we go. We just did it that way. Took some out with the end of that brush. Oh, look at the difference between what that powder looked like. It looked like a greenish yellow to what this looks like now. All right, we're gonna do, oh, and I got too much water. I am getting too much water, so this isn't drying. So far, I would say that's also pretty true to what you see on the white cardstock. That is also a gorgeous color. And you saw how little I did not had much pigment down there at all. Okay, now I'm going to come back to, I am going to use my, let me see. Sorry guys, I'm going to turn around again. Oh yeah. Oops, sorry, shook you up. That was my chair hitting my table. I am so sorry. So sorry. And last but not least is Stormy Sky. Make sure that, yeah, okay. You guys can still see. Now I'm a little same thing happened. Well, almost. However, this is a super cheap brush. You know, this is when my grandkids want to craft and just play. This, I have different quality of brushes. We'll just say that. Okay, we're gonna spray that. And we're going to see what this is. And again, this is Stormy Sky. Oh. Oh, yeah. That's like a grayish blue. And yeah, I get the Stormy Sky deal for sure. Now, I feel like these are smooth, and it could be the brush, the quality of the brush, that there's still mica parts in here, mica pigment in here. These have been uber smooth. Like, you don't see any flecks of pigment sitting there. This you do. I don't know if you can see that or not. Well, maybe it's going to come out if I do this. My guess is that it's about the quality of brush that I'm using. And it's, you know, it's not the product. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. So I am loving all of these colors. I'll finish painting this flower. This shade right here is my daughter's wedding color, I would say. So that is fun. And now that I've used these, of course, you know, and this is why my craft room looks the way it does, is that, you know, then I want it all. Can I afford it all? No. Do I want it all? Of course I do. Will I buy more of these? Of course I will. Of course I will. Why would I not? That wouldn't be any fun. Oh, I have shared with you that I watch a lot of British, Australian, New Zealand. I've watched some Austrian, Norway, Sweden. I've watched some shows that were set in those regions and where they spoke, you know, the local dialect, and you had to have your closed captioning on to follow the story. First of all, I would say don't let that discourage you from watching a show. There's some very, very good shows out there that, you know, where, you know, they're speaking their own dialect. And we'll see, look at all that color still in this brush. But, you know, if you don't mind sitting there reading closed captioning, you know, there's some fantastic shows. And there's some things that happen, you know, that you don't need to read the closed captioning, you can absolutely see what's going on. You know, kiss is a kiss, you know, watching somebody sneak up on somebody, you know, you don't need words for that. Before I started the camera, I was going to come on here and say, I'm going to have a bit of a play, because that's what I feel like Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah, or some other of our British and European friends, you know, might say. Suzanne, is that a phrase that you would say in Australia? Or what would be a similar phrase for this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments, Suzanne. I would appreciate that. And I think you guys all know that Suzanne is one of my subscribers, and she is in Australia. She's the one, and I haven't shown my mascots lately, and that's because they're covered up by a bunch of junk journal pages right now. But Suzanne is the one that found the triplets and sent them back home to me. My triplet mascots. And now they are not, well, they're kind of, but I can reach them. The triplets are right here. We have Angel, Adam, and Asa. So Suzanne, again, I appreciate you sending them back home to me. And the triplets tend to go missing sometimes. I have changed their location, so hopefully I've solved that problem for good. I don't really have much else to say. I hope you enjoyed this video and are starting to enjoy fall. If you live, you know, where it's fall. I think Suzanne in Australia is probably starting to experience spring. You know, we have different opposite weather. I have noticed that, you guys know I feed birds, squirrels, deer, all of that. My squirrels, I call them my squirrels, their coats are getting heavier, their tails are getting fluffier. So there's just so many signs that I have noticed, even in the last month, that fall is coming. You know, the trees started to change color a couple of weeks ago. Now they're, I would say we've got 1/8 of the color of the leaves happening now, but more and more trees are starting to go to that 1/8 of color change. Yeah. The other thing with the squirrels is, you know, they love the peanuts and the seeds and stuff that I put out, but instead of eating 2 or 3 of them, you know, they're eating one there in my bird bath and burying the other 2. So that's another sign to me that fall is coming. The chipmunks that are driving me crazy are also, you know, not just eating there. They're putting the peanuts and seeds in their mouth, you know, big chubby cheeks, and then going back to their burrows. So yeah, fall is coming. Definitely fall is coming. That's my favorite season because it's not too hot. It's not too cold. Usually, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I like spring, but spring is, you just like never know what's coming at you. You know, whether it's going to be hot, whether it's going to be cold, stormy. I mean, just, yeah, lots of tornadoes in the spring. Yeah, I mean, I like spring, but fall's my favorite. Fall's my favorite. It really is. And there's many things I like and dislike about every season. Of course, winter's cold. You have to bundle up. You got to put, like when I go out to feed the squirrels and birds and stuff, if there's snow on the ground, I've got to put on boots. There's that kind of thing that, is tough. But I also love sweatshirts and I love soup and there's something warm and cozy about your home in the winter that I enjoy. Um, I don't like blizzards, I don't like ice storms, but I do kind of like winter as well. Um, Summer I like it, but my ancestry is Scots, Irish, and German, and the Scottish part of me, which is I'm actually much more Scottish than Irish. We were from the Highlands, and so I don't tolerate heat very well. So that's, yeah. Although I love not, just being able to leave the house without, having to put on a coat or anything. So, there's good things and not so good things to love about the different seasons. But yeah, fall's my favorite. Thank you guys. Again, I'm rambling. Interesting how these colors look after they've dried. I think. I think this is a fun experiment here. I should flip this like that. Yeah. Very much a watercolor effect here. But a lot of pigment. A lot of pigment. You do not have to use much product at all. Except if you wanted to paint a bunch of these flowers. Yeah. And I noticed that when I spray it with stuff like this. Yeah, whoops, that just fell off my craft table. Yeah, these absolutely absorb a lot of color. And they're kind of fun on the back. I mean, honestly, if you wanted that more subtle effect, you could do that. There's no right or wrong in crafting, right, Angela? That's what Angela, the traveling crafter, says. There's no mistakes in crafting. So again, thank you for watching. You guys take care. Stay safe. Have some fun. Enjoy the fall or the spring. And as always, God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.